Hello, Utah and 3rd Congressional District. I'm coming to you from Washington, D.C. I want to discuss a really important issue that's on top of the burner right here. It's a Supreme Court decision that we're expecting any moment, perhaps even by the time that you see this, the decision will be out. I want to try to explain it the best I can. And there is something called Chevron Deference, which is a ruling that allows government agencies to interpret legislation and use reasonable discretion to make to make rules dealing with how that should be interpreted. Over the years, this won't surprise anybody, this has gotten way out of control, and we now have these agencies literally interpreting legislation according to political whims in ways that are not healthy and not good for the United States, for our economy, for our environment, or really anything. And they're piled on top of each other over and over, layers and layers of these different regulations that were not done by Congress. If the Supreme Court views this the way we think most people will do, they'll strike this down, which will undo all of these rules and put this burden back on Congress. So as a member of Congress, right, I'm obviously saying, look, I'm advocating that all of this come back to us, knowing that it's going to take us a long time to do our job right, but also knowing this is important because it puts rulemaking back on Congress, which is where the founders intended it to be. Let me give you one specific example of how this impacts Utah. BLM recently issued a rule, it's a conservation rule, that says that they could declare large swaths of land off limits and that it can only be used for conservation. It doesn't matter if it was previously used for grazing, it doesn't matter if it was previously used for recreation or extraction. The BLM can simply declare it conservation and now it's off limits. No accountability, no oversight, just simply an agency running, in my opinion, amok without the authority to do this. I've got a bill that would actually repeal that, but more importantly, if the Supreme Court makes this decision, it will automatically repeal those types of things. This way excessive government overreach by these agencies who are not elected and not accountable. So I think it's a big deal. Watch for the ruling, and we'll make sure we get it to you as it comes out. And thanks for taking a minute to listen to this.